But I will say this about Bijan Robinson because we've talked about the offensive line for Texas, which has had its issues, and I've talked about the pass blocking, which is one of the worst in college football. 110th in standard down sack rate. They're 90th in sack rate overall. The offensive line is subpar, to put it kindly, when it comes to pass blocking. But run blocking, if you look at all the advanced stats, I went to Football Outsiders. If you look at average line yards, which is basically they account for a percentage of yards after 5 yards. Basically, 5 yards to them, they give a certain amount to the offensive line. They give credit to the O-line in terms of yardage, but anything after 5 yards, they give credit to the running back. And in that statistic, Texas was 12th in average line yards. They were 7th in standard down line yards. Opportunity rate, which is getting it when you have at least 4 yards to gain and you actually convert via a rush. Texas was 17th in the country. Power success rate, which is 3rd and 4th downs of 2 yards or less that are converted. Texas was 43rd. Stuff rate, which is run, stop at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. Texas was 13th. Texas offensive line run blocking wasn't bad at all, but I think that's because Bijan is just that special. I think he's just that good. I do think they probably oftentimes end up with a ton of missed blocks, and all he needs is a sliver of daylight, Hardge, a little tiny, a smidgen. Yeah. And he makes everybody miss. It's the reason he led FBS in forced missed tackles per rush, because he had a lot of opportunities to make guys miss.
Yeah,
no, he did. I mean, you watch it.
They were free.
That's the reason that those highlights look so good. He's making guys miss. And it's not – I'm not saying the offensive line's not helping out at all, but he makes that offensive line look much better.
Right.
A whole lot better.
So let me ask you this. So when you look at Bijan Robinson and the way that he carries himself, number one, the way he has his style of running, his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. And I know it's easy for everyone to be lazy and say Ricky Williams or somebody else. But when you look at Bijan Robinson, how do you view him as an all-around back? Like, who is his comp? Who would you consider him? I know who I think of him as. I look at him as Reggie Bush almost, because he does have that big play capability. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's very elusive, and he's not bad in the blocking scheme either.
Yeah, that's a good one. I haven't thought about it to that extent. He is pretty special. It's tough to come up with a comp, because he's got a lot of different skills, and usually guys, when you have an accumulation of different skills like him, as balanced as he is as a running back, you don't have a lot of elite tools. Right. He's elite.
He's got everything.
His hands are elite.
Yes.
He can hit the next gear. His eyes.
His
are
elusiveness.
Elite. Man. You go look at it you go look at his center of gravity when he is in at the second level. Guys are trying to bring him down. He is one of the hardest running backs in the country to bring down.
Unbelievable balance.
I'd say he checks a lot of boxes, and he checks them at a high level. So that's a good question. I don't know what the comp is for Bijan. I don't have one.
Somebody said that Eric Metcalf, but bigger. But Eric was different breed,
Eric
man.
Was different,
Eric
man.
is different breed.
Eric was different. Yeah.
So is Bijan. Bijan's a different breed too.
I was gonna say, I don't want to disrespect either one. I mean, this is a guy. He's got 108 career missed tackles forced. That's the most for a Texas player since 2014. Deontay Foreman had 93. Think about how Deontay Foreman ran the football.
Right.
He was a punishing, bruising runner. He was nothing like Bijan. They were totally different. Still, really good player, but totally different. And yet, Bijan has been breaking a lot more tackles than him. Now, Deontay Foreman also ran behind a subpar offensive line, so both of those guys could do it.
Still got 2K.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right? There you go. That's how special he was. But he did it in a different way. Bijan, like I said, his ability to make guys miss, he will always make the first guy miss. How often? I think I can actually remember the 2 times this past season that I saw the first player bring him down. One was in a TCU game. I remember.
I was going to say.
I remember it, because it doesn't happen. Because
it's rare.
It's so rare. You're like, and I think the other one might have been like Iowa State. You remember, I think early on. Maybe we got hurt in that game early on. Yeah. So I won't say maybe it was Iowa State, but it's rare. First guy bringing Bijan down like that. So it's just, that's how special he is. So with that being said, and now The other topic I wanted to bring up here was 247 Sports rated their top 10 wide receiving duos. And I won't go through all of them because I'll spare you that. But they have Texas, once again, just throwing it out there. They got Texas as the second best wide receiving duo out there in the country. I mean, they really there's a lot of love being given to these Texas wide receivers. You got to give a lot of credit to Sark for reinventing this group in it's essentially one off season.
Right.
And we haven't even seen all of the players. Sorry, they're number 3. I apologize. Number 3. They're behind USC and Ohio State. But still, I mean, USC and Ohio State still pretty good company to be in. They have them ahead of Virginia's wide receiving duo of Duntavion Wicks and Katayon Thompson. Haven't done my research on those guys. Maybe I should.
Not at all.
But Isaiah Nayor and Xavier Worthy are the duo for Texas, behind Jordan Addison and Mario Williams of USC, and Jackson Smith and Jigba and Marvin Harrison Jr. of Ohio State. Ohio State's just stockpiling 5-star receivers.
Like it ain't nothing. You want to go to the league? Come here.
For real. I mean, that's exactly what they're saying. They had, hey, you get 2 of them drafted in the first round, you're signaling to the young receivers of the world, hey, we can turn you into a first-round draft pick and get multiple guys drafted in the first round. I think Sark's trying to get that going with Texas because they're starting to stockpile receivers too, because receivers like the offense. And I love what Sark has done. When you got a player like Bijan, you're only going to have him for 1 more year. He ain't staying like Ricky Williams.
No.
Sorry. Sark is a great recruiter, but
even with the NIL, even with all that,
NIL ain't going. But you're a running back.
Yeah,
you got to go get paid for those reps.
And if they say you're going to be in the first round, you got to go.
Yeah, your shelf life is very limited as a running back. You got to go.
Very
you got to
fair.
go. Yeah, it's just the reality of it. But hell, Sark is stockpiling a lot of good running backs. That running back room is loaded. Hell, I think Rojo's an NFL running back. I don't know if he's undrafted or a late draft pick.
No, he best get drafted.
Right?
He has to, because we talk about the running back position and how it's going away, and you feel like you can get a bargain on that. That dude brings so much to the table that you would be crazy not to draft him.
I want him. Well, if somebody done drafted him in the Texans, he can play for the Texans
for sure. That'd be perfect because that's the crib.
Roster. Exactly. But getting back to what Sark has done, which is I think been a really smart move. It's simplistically brilliant when you got a player as special as Bijan, and we've established how special he is. I was just looking at a stat that through his first 19 career games, he's averaging 6.5 yards per carry. That's higher than Ricky, Earl, Sedby. Got more yards than Ricky, Earl, or Sedby through 19 games. Just an absolute monster.
Man.
But when you got a guy like that, the defense has they have no choice but to respond and devote resources to stop that guy. You cannot let that guy beat you. That guy is beating everybody. You can't let that guy beat you. So they'll devote resources, and the simple, mathematical answer is stuff the box. More defenders in the box than they have blockers, which usually means 8 in the box. Well, you got 8 in the box to stop Bijan, and let's assume you got a double team Xavier Worthy, who's a top 5 wide receiver on the outside. And let's say you can do that. Let's say you got enough, you got the numbers, and you can sling run fits, and you're a great DC, and you can figure out that mathematical equation.
Right.
Now you got to deal with Isaiah Nayor 1-on-1, Jordan Whittington 1-on-1, and both of those guys can do some damage. Hell, before X-Man became your leading receiver after that Oklahoma game, and toward the end of the season, Jay Witt was your number 1 receiver. He was your top guy. So I think Jay Witt can do some damage. Knocking on wood, Witt. But man, I that's why I love the offense. It is the best collection of skill talent in the Big 12, one of the best in the country, Hardge. But the Kim Kardashian, Nicki Minaj, Serena Williams size, Cardi B size, Lizzo size, but hell, offensive lineman size. But the offensive line, it's an issue.
Yeah.
Your skill set, your skill talents and your quarterback, I think they're a 10. They're a dime piece. But your O-line, it's a work in progress. And it might be a 5 if you're lucky. Yeah, last year it was about a 3.
Man. That's how you start looking at it and you say, all right, what's next? And this is the same thing that we've talked about, being quick with it. He makes the line look better than what it truly is.
He does.
Because he's that elusive. He makes things happen. He's quick to the hole. And to your point, he make you miss in the hole. He can be in the middle of in the hole and make you miss and be able to get out of there because he's that shifty. And so I like some of these comparisons that we're getting: a healthy Saquon Barkley, Priest Holmes, Christian McCaffrey, but LaDainian Tomlinson's a good one, and so is Thurman Thomas.
Slower Alvin Kamara. I think basically what this proves is David Johnson in his prime.
Yeah.
There is no real comparison for him. They literally got not one person is named the same person.
Exactly.
Everybody's got somebody different. And I think everybody, by the way, I think everybody's right.
Yes, because he does have an element of every single one of them.
He's got a little bit of all those guys, man. Yeah. He is truly special. But like I said, if he is not the first running back off the board in the draft, or he is not a Heisman finalist or a national award winner, you deserve to be upset, Longhorn fans. You deserve to be upset because that means something, like I said, something went horribly wrong. Yep. Something happened. I don't know what the hell happened, but something bad happened because that guy is truly special. And he is the life force. He is going to be he is the identity of the offense.
Right.
You ask what the identity of the offense is, it's Bijan.
Yep.
It's a simple answer. Bijan's the identity of the offense. But he's the main course, if you will. But you got to hook up the sides. So in addition to the main course right there, whatever your main course is, maybe it's fried chicken, whatever it is, all right?
Get the big piece of chicken.
Yeah.
Get the big piece.
The big piece of chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like the white meat now.
Yeah,
now, nothing against the dark meat, but I do prefer.
I like the dark meat.
Nothing against dark meat.
Yeah,
I'll eat a thigh, drumstick all day.
Yeah.
But if you had my preference, give me the white meat. I want that breast. I want them wings.
Okay.
White meat, brown gravy.
I'm a white meat, brown gravy guy. That's true. Great point. Getting back to the sides conversation.
There you go. Yeah.
Maybe you but
I'm definitely brown gravy.
Yeah, but he's hooked this up. This is Texas in a nutshell. I'm going to continue with the meal comparison, the meal metaphor thing. If Texas is hooking up the main course, which is Bijan, and the sides are all the other skill guys, you got X-Man. So what do you like? You like your potatoes, you like your fries, your mashed potatoes, your gravy. He is that. He's the mashed potatoes with the gravy, the brown gravy, or the white gravy, whatever you want. All right? And then maybe you got some vegetables on there. You need some broccoli, whatever. All right? Whatever you like. That's Jay Witt. That's Isaiah Hall. That's Isaiah Nayor, whoever it may be. Your tight ends. You got a plate full of sides. It's great. That plate, it's one of those flimsy ass foam plates.
Oh, the one you can't even put in the microwave.
Can't even put on microwave. As soon as you tried to, all your fixings was on it. Your fried chicken on there, and you picked it up, and the damn plate folded up on you.
Yeah, man.
Because the plate is the O-line.
Oh, man.
The plate is the O-line. No matter how good all that food is, you pile on that plate, and how good them fixings is, you pile on top of one of the gravy all on it, soak it in gravy.
Yeah.
Don't mean a damn thing if you ain't got a sturdy plate to put it on.
That's the day that your parents come over and they say, we're going to use the good plates.
Exactly.
You're going to have to wear the good plates. We're going to use the good plates. We're not using no paper plates today.
Yeah, because everybody stacked that old cheap plate before, and when you stacked it too high, you're like, oh, man.
And then you try to put two under there.
Two under there to reinforce it.
And then you're looking around like, why we ain't got no more plates? That's because you doubled up on them.
That's Texas, right? That's Texas offense in a nutshell.
Yeah. I like that.
They're gonna need some help, man. They're gonna need some more, some sturdier plates.
I like
Hopefully they get that from the O-line.
I like it.